I know Ireland's good. I mean, we opened the pubs about a month ago, and then everybody went a bit crazy, and then we're probably gonna have to close the pubs again. But
That's what we did.
as simple as it is, really, you know. I mean, it's mad. It's mad. But you will.
Yeah, it's like, guys, just do what I do. Go and get your booze at the store, and then drink alone and watch Netflix and binge watch The Legend of Avatar. You know,
it's very true. I mean, I've watched every single thing on Netflix so far. So I'm pretty dumb. Netflix.
Even the weird stuff.
Even all the. I'm actually starting. There's a new thing on Netflix called Shuffle, and you can shuffle all the things you watch. And yes. I went on it last night. I was like, okay, you choose for me, Netflix.
But I have a question for you. Do you remember when they had something like Shuffle back in long ago and you took a quiz?
I do not remember that.
Yes.
I just remember you rate it and then they
and they would say like witty things at you and kind of shamed you sometimes if you kept saying no too much. You'd be like, well, just watch this.
Yeah. It's worse. It's horrible when they say, like, are you still watching? It's like, yes, I am. I'm still watching.
Of course I am. Right. Of course I am.
Of course I'm still watching.
Well, let's see. We've got Chris in here. And we did have one more, but she may not.
I mean, if they're not here by now.
They're not here by now. So we're just going to go ahead and start. So thank you so much, Gavin, for joining us today. We are super excited to meet you.
Lovely to meet you, too. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. And if you don't mind, I have a couple questions that I want to ask you just to like get to know you more and stuff that I'm just wondering about. Like, can we start off with the fact that you launched something into space?
Yes. I asked them to launch me into space, and then my head was too top heavy, so I couldn't do that in the end. But it was my CD. I have like a vinyl, and the vinyl went up to space, and it was hilarious. It was mad. It landed on a farm somewhere in Kilkenny in the country.
So you didn't launch it hard enough, is what you're saying, for it to.
It went on a giant balloon, and then the balloon popped, and it went to space, and then it landed next to a cow, and the cow was like, "He was fine, thank God."
Have you tried to track it down from wherever it landed? Like offer some, sort of, hey, I'll perform like tableside at a dinner for you.
Imagine that. Like that'd be I think my manager has it somewhere. I'm going to do it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so you wouldn't fetch it from the cow. The cow was really bummed out. Probably hoping he could get you to sign it and show off to his cow friends.
Yeah. I was kind of hoping it would hit somebody in the head that really disliked my music. It would have been hilarious. Like, I hate Gavin James, and then just cracking the head.
Right after that too.
Yep.
Like, I hate that guy.
I thought that was so funny and so cool because I'm actually like obsessed with space. So I was like, oh my God.
Awesome.
If I ever
it's so cool.
Yeah, right. But your next album that's as good as Out of This World, we'll actually get it into gravitational, maybe like make it run into a satellite. That's what
straight to Mars, like it's going straight to Mars. Like.
Yes.
Yeah.
I had another question too about your new single Boxes.
Yes.
So the lyrics are very personal, and you did a really good job of creating a story and a narrative. And I just want to know if you feel comfortable, like what inspired that song? Because it really, when I listened to it, I was just like, oh, my heart now.
Yeah, I mean, I wrote that song kind of about kind of growing up in Ireland, growing up in Dublin. I mean, it could be about anywhere really in the world, but I mean, I grew up went to a school down the road from here that didn't have music in it, and it was more sports orientated. I wasn't really into sports. I was the only guy in school that had long hair down to my.
I also did, but I wasn't a guy.
it was. I looked like I had to tie it back in school, so I looked like a goldfish. But it was hilarious. But pretty much, I kind of wrote it about one day. I kept going to go to guitar lessons, and then every so often they'd be like, "All right, you're a rocker. You're gonna play some guitar," and you get like kind of slagged, like and making fun of for doing music because it was a little bit against the grain, and like music is like, why would you do something so tough in the long run and stuff. So then I remember I was doing my first ever kind of arena show in Dublin 3 Arena, which would be kind of like the Madison Square Gardens of Dublin kind of bus. But so I did that, and then the same thing happened to me as I was getting on the bus, and some lad was like, "Hey, you're gonna play us a rock song?" Because he had a guitar in my hand. He was like, I was like, "Yes, I am. It's gonna be great." And then I wrote Boxes because I was like, it's just about kind of following your dreams and kind of following your path and not really caring what people think really too much.
Yeah, I really like that. I think that's a beautiful message, because I think that is something that is unique to everyone in the human experience, is peer pressure and stuff like that, and wondering, how you can fit your dreams into your life and pursuing them, even if people don't support.
But it's everything. It's even like you guys doing radio. It's like it's an amazing job, and it's an amazing thing to be able to do, to be able to talk to people and to be able to like even be on the airways and just have that voice. So it's a really cool thing to get, and it's not a hard thing to get to. So like it's always a big hurrah when something actually goes well. So yeah, the songs about it's a celebration. Yeah.
I would say that being on the radio is probably a little bit easier to attain than selling out, you know, an arena show.
It's fine. Over in Ireland, you just kind of ask like your ma's friends and then all their friends. Ireland's pretty
yeah.
cool.
Right. Like I can guarantee you no one in Ireland knows I exist. So I think except for you.
I do, and my dog does.
And now he's told all his friends and they've told all their friends. So everybody knows now.
They're all waiting in the doggy arena down the road. It's going to be great.
You write a lot of your, I think all of your songs except for the covers you do.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask you, do you have advice for people when you have writer's block and you can't get that song out and it's right there? What do you do to just be like, all right, hold on, I'll be back, I'm going to finish this? Like, what do you do?
I try to finish stuff like as fast as I can. So if I have an idea, I'll just like blast through it. I won't even think of the lyrics or anything. I'll just go as fast as I can, get to the end of it as quick as I can, then think about everything afterwards, I guess. But yeah, if I can't finish the song, I'll just go out and have a drink and I'll come back home at like 2 o'clock in the morning. Probably finish.
What's your choice?
It sounds really cliche, but it is actually Guinness. Unless I'm out of Ireland, Guinness is awesome. I mean, if you come to Ireland, I'll bring you for a Guinness, and it's like just the best thing. But yeah, if I'm in the States, I think it's Pabst Blue Ribbon is my kind of drink of choice.
Those are very different options. So different.
I know, but I love it. In the States, I just love it. It's just super American. It looks amazing.
It is, and it's cheap, so it fits.
It's super cheap. It's amazing.
When you're outside of Ireland and people ask like, oh, you probably want a Guinness, like, do you have to kind of explain to them that it's just not quite the same?
Not the same, man. It's not the same. It's like getting like Texas barbecue in Dublin. It's not going to be like that. It's not going to be like it's not going to be the same thing. They don't have the same kind of expertise. But yeah, every time I've been in the States, most places, even Irish pubs, they kind of pour the whole Guinness out in one. I'm not saying everywhere does it. There's definitely places like in New York. Sometimes in New York, there's a few Irish pubs that are like proper good. Like, but yeah.
Do you ever get tempted to like, point out to them? Do you ever get tempted to like, hey, you know, I don't want to be that guy.
I got in trouble once. I was in Minneapolis. I was going to see my friend James Vince McMorrow, and the person behind the bar was like, they poured the whole thing out, and it was just all black, and then like tiniest bit of white at the top. And I was like, "That's not a Guinness." Not a Guinness. Like, and I was being really nice and friendly. I was like, "Can I come back and show you? Like, and we'll do. I'll show you how to, like, to pour it." And just in a funny way, I was like, "No, they were not happy that I did." I've done it I did it a few times in New York when like they'd be like, "Sure, go on back there and try it there." And you'd be like, "Okay." And I do it myself, and like, "They got to do it." But yeah, there's a little art to it. So yeah, I got in trouble in Minneapolis for it, but it was fine. I was a little tipsy, so it's fine. Got away with it.
You asked politely, so that's okay. It's not like you went back.
It's grand. I wasn't like the state of that Guinness.
Right? That's
yeah, it was good. That was funny.
Very cool. Very cool. And let's see. Okay. So I've got a question. Because yes. I love this. I love unique things. I do not have many unique things about me. You have a very unique name.
All right. Wigglesworth.
I love it.
I'm a wizard. I'm definitely a wizard. So.
Oh my God. Are you ever going to incorporate that into anything, an album or something? Or when I saw that, I'm like, that can't be real. And I was so excited for you. And I will trade last names if you want.
Genuinely, that was gonna be my name. I have 2 middle names. So my middle name is Gavin, and then James, and then Charles is my middle name. So it's either gonna be Gavin Charles, Gavin James, or Gavin Wigglesworth. And I was just thinking, like, if I go to Brazil or go anywhere else in the world, they'd be like, Wigglesworth? It's like just the weirdest name. It's so long. It didn't fit on any like posters, and it looked like I was like a magician. And I just like, I love it. It's my
child entertainer.
Like, imagine, like, every time I go for like over here, if you go to like I went to a cafe earlier on to get some lunch with my friend, and you have to write down your name and your number because of the way the world is right now. But I was like, my second name is like Wigglesworth, and they're like, "Ha, Wigglesworth." No, Wigglesworth, sure, Wigglesworth. I remember even in the States, I went over a few times, and like even checking into hotels, you were like, "That's not real, bro." There's no way but James is kind of like it's a little less hassle saying Gavin. Everyone knows how to spell James, you know.
Yeah, right. And everyone's just like, oh yes, James, right here through here, sir. Wigglesworth, kick this.
Yeah, it's like you with Hogwarts or what's the story like? It's like
Well, just know I'm super jelly of it. So anytime you want to swap names, I'm fine with that. We can do that.
Super down. That sounds good to me. Sounds good. I'll send you the certificate somewhere.
Thank you. All right. Well, I don't have any other questions. Do you have any?
I just have one. Do you ever toy around with like a real like American accent just to throw people off?
I can do like Boston. Like you can't really. Boston is like, go get some sausages, go down to the bar, get some coffee.
That's good.
Have too many sausages and some coffee. Had to go to a hospital. It was
hospital. That's actually what they do in Boston. That's all they do is they get coffee and they go to the hospital.
That's all.
Straight to the hospital. Everything just. I try getting the car, go to the hospital.
The car.
Do you think that's easier just because it's so close to? It's so close to your Irish, your natural Irish accent.
It's kind of, I have met a lot of really kind of older Bostonians that are like, they sound really, I don't know why I'm doing this with my hands as if they're over here. And no, they're really super Irish, oriented. And I've actually met some like 83-year-old person in the House of Blues, and he was awesome. And he was like, I'm more Irish than you. And I was like, you ever been to Ireland? He's like, no, but I'm still more Irish. I was like, what? But yeah, really funny. I love going to Boston. It's awesome.
So we had to pour a Guinness, old man, and then we'll see.
Yeah, it's all about how to pour.
Yeah, he definitely would know how to pour after 83 years.
Well, you have a song for us today.
Yes. Okay, which ones do you want? What will I do? 2 or 3 or 1 or 2 or 3?
As many as you want.
Yeah,
I'm all ready. I have a piano here for me. So can you hear the piano a little bit?
So,
gorgeous, and I'm super jealous because right now I'm in the market for a keyboard, and you're just like, hey, watch.
Literally, you gotta get one. You gotta get just like it's. I've learned during lockdown how to play more than like 4 notes. I'm really happy.
Fantastic.
It's so much fun. Yeah, I'll play this. This song's called Always. This is a song. It's sad and it's about always. It's gonna look weird because you can't see my hands, but I'm definitely playing the piano. See. I got it. Here we go. What am I supposed to do without you? Is it too late? Okay, I'm just gonna do that again. As I was moving I'm gonna do it again. Here we go. What am I supposed to do without you? Is it too late to pick the pieces up? Too soon to let them go? Do you feel damaged just like I do? Your face, it makes my body ache. It won't leave me alone. And it feels like drowning, trouble, sleeping, restless, dreaming. You're in my head, always, always. I just got scared, always. I'd rather choke on my bad decisions than just carry them to my grave. You're in my head, always, always, always. When the cracks won't fix and scars won't fade away, I guess I should get used to this. With the left side of my bed's an empty space, and I remember we were strangers. So tell me, what's the difference between then and now? And why does this feel like drowning, trouble, sleeping, restless, dreaming. You're in my head, always, always. I just got scared, always, always. I'd rather choke on my bad decisions than just carry them to my grave. You're in my head, always, 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 and always, always. You're in my head, always, always. I just got scared, away, away. Well, I know there's nothing left to cling to. I'm still calling out your name. You're in my head, always, always, always. Always. Hey there. Hey. Cheers. Oh, I think you're turned off.
That was wonderful.
Thanks very much. Cheers.
Oh, that was wonderful. I love it when you hit the high notes. Like it hits a place in my eardrum where it's like, yes.
Ah, class. That's what you want. That's the thing. Good. Thanks very much.
It's a legit thing.
Thanks so much.
Oh, so what's the next song that you have ready for us today?
I'll try. Yeah, I'll do boxes for you. I'll do that one. And
thank you so much.
I'll make sure it's not too loud for you guys. I went to the wrong school, wearing the wrong shoes. They told me that I should sit down and just bite my tongue. 'Cause if you're lucky, you get to university, say 3 Hail Marys, and everything bad will be gone. But I'm so tired of standing still, and I'm not buying what you're trying to sell. So don't wake me up if you're only gonna tell me to give it up. Then say everything I do is never enough. 'Cause you're lying through your teeth. We don't fit into your boxes. We're all different underneath. Don't wake me up. When I got my first guitar, my father told me, son, 4 chords is all you need to show people just who you are. So I played to strangers down by the back streets, and every time they caught me dreaming, I'd say, well, don't wake me up if you're only gonna tell me to give it up. Then say everything I do is never enough. 'Cause you're lying through your teeth. We don't fit into your boxes. We're all different underneath. Don't wake me up. But don't wake me up. But I'm so tired of standing still, and I'm not buying what you're trying to sell. So don't wake me up. Oh, don't wake me up if you're only gonna tell me to give it up. Then say everything I do is never enough. 'Cause you're lying through your teeth. We don't fit into your boxes. We're all
much, Gavin.
Thank you so much.
All right, do you have one more for us, or
Yes.
are we stopping at 2?
I got one. Do you want a cover, or do you want like
Let's do a cover. Let's do something fun. Like, this is your encore at a show. You want to leave on a fun...
Yes, we've all been cheering super hard, and now you've come back on stage.
Can I do the saddest song of all time? It's actually also not that sad.
Fantastic.
All right, this is not that sad. All right, so it's,
Okay.
Somewhere
Baby
Over the
sad.
Rainbow. I'll try that. It's gonna make sadness happen. So here, I'll make sure.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the sadness. Okay.
On the fields.
So the rainbow up high there are then that I heard of once in a lullaby song. Over the rainbow skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, and where troubles melt like lemon drops way above the chimney tops. That's where you find me. And somewhere over the rainbow up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, and where troubles melt like lemon drops way above the chimney tops. That's where you find me. And somewhere over the rainbow skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare dream really do come true. If happy little bluebirds fly above the rainbow wide, oh, I can't hide.
Oh, that was so
Wonderful.
beautiful.
Wonderful.
Gavin.
Thanks very much, guys.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us today. Okay, be honest. Do you prefer doing it from your couch than going and flying all over the place and having to set up and do sound check?
Oh, I'd much rather be where you guys are right now, to be honest. I am like so bored, it's beyond belief. But yeah, no. This feels like a little normal. This is the first kind of gig I've done in a while, and it's like, yeah. Thank you very much for having me.
Well, we're super excited to be your first gig that you've had in a while because it was fantastic. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right. Take care, Gavin. We'll talk soon.
See you soon when it's all over and we'll have pints of Guinness.
We
yes!
will. Bye.
Love Guinness. Bye.
See you later, going bye.